My name's Morgan. I am from Ireland, Wexford, and I'm 21 years old. I was probably drinking a lot on the weekends, just not doing great, working the week, living for the weekends, all that kind of stuff, and not making very much money.
What do you feel about those problems you mentioned, Morgan? What made them so hard to fix on your own?
I guess it was just a habit and normal around where I'm from for people to just live their week, go to the pub on the weekend, spend probably half their money and just keep repeating it, like, you know, you get nowhere then. It's a cycle of nothing. This is kind of where, like, a bit of a turning point. I was like, alright, I need to start using my time, I need to start doing something. Like, why can't I just make a bit of money while I'm here? Free time, everything. It was when I got on that offer and I was on a a week and a half, I think, or something like that, and I got paid out like 1,200 and something euro, and I was like, this is the real deal. Like, 1.5 weeks I made over half of what I make in a month from my job. I finished the month out with about just over 3,500 euro, pretty much only doing, I'd say, 2 weeks of full work. We finished out June altogether like about 5,500 euro.
How would you describe your transformation?
It's unrecognisable. I think I've broken every boundary that was in my head, whatever that may have been, fear or just self-doubt, anything like that, but I don't have any of that anymore.
Introduce yourself to the people that don't know you. What's your name, age, where are you from?
My name's Morgan. I am from Ireland, Wexford, and I'm 21 years old.
Just, bro, you're only 21. You're the youngest fella doing the best in the onset, to be fair. Jesus, man, I'd love to hear that, right? But Morgan, where were you before all this? Like, before you joined Beyond Set, what did your life look like, would you say?
Not like this anyway. I was probably drinking a lot on the weekends. Just not doing great, working the week, living for the weekends, all that kind of stuff. And not making very much money either, like, I suppose. Like, you know, when I joined this, I was in college for an apprenticeship, making just under 200 euro a week. So
seriously, bro. I love this. Okay. And like, back then, Morgan, what do you feel like was the biggest problem you were dealing with in life?
I suppose delegating any spare time that I had. Like, I was just doing nothing with it. And that's essentially, like, I know that's not part of your question right now, but that's essentially how I ended up coming to you. I got so fed up of where I was at that I was just, like, obviously you see everything everywhere, trade and all that kind of stuff, online money. I just said, why not, while I have the time, while I'm in college, I'm sat in the evenings doing nothing, going home at the weekends, drinking. Why not do something with my time? And that's how I found yourself, and haven't looked back since.
I'm delighted for you, brother. And I suppose, what do you feel about those problems you mentioned, Morgan? What made them so hard to fix on your own?
I guess it was just a habit. You know, it was kind of normal. It is normal. Like, it's normal around where I'm from for people to just live their week, go to the pub on the weekend, spend probably half their money and just keep repeating it, like, you know, you get nowhere then. It's a cycle of nothing. It's just
That's the key word there.
Yeah.
A cycle of nothing.
Yeah. So I just got fed up, to be honest. I knew I was meant for more. Always kind of felt like I have been meant for more. And just like all the rest of the lads in here as well, I feel like we all share that same goal and same drive. And it's nice to be surrounded by people who actually have that same interest in bettering themselves and not just fucking away their lives, you know?
Yeah, I got you, man. You need to get out to us, bro.
Yeah. I know.
Or even the next, will you be at the next Beyond Set event?
Should be. Should be. I know I'm playing GA still, so.
I'm only joking. You better be, man. Like, fucking telling you. Don't miss two of them.
I know.
But, Morgan, like, what made you finally decide to take the leap and join?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I suppose when I actually had that call with Adam before I joined, I think he hit a few key points with me that kind of stuck with me. I didn't join on the first call that I had with him. I actually had 2 calls with Adam, and I went home after the first one while I was in college at the time, and I had to think to myself, and there was just some things that he said where it really, really opened my eyes. Like, if I can't even say yes to doing something like this that's genuinely going to change my life, how is anything that I want to achieve going to happen for me? So I guess it was just like overcoming that fear of just taking that leap. Like, there's no other way of putting it. It was simply just overcoming that fear, realizing that this is an investment, not just paying for something and leaving it at that. Like, it's, of course I had to put the work in, but you guys supplied me with absolutely everything I needed and more, and that's why I'm here now. I did put in the work, and I put that investment to use.
That's actually, do you know what, Morgan? For a 21-year-old, bro, you just explained that so perfectly. The term investment is powerful because you did invest into yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you invest into property, and you want the value to appreciate over time.
Yeah.
You invest into yourself, and you now carry the value that investment was. And not only that, bro, but the fear. Like, that's something everybody that gets on a call with Adam and joins or doesn't join feels.
Yeah, it's a weird experience. I think we all feel it. It's just some people don't stomach it and take it, but I'm glad I did. Like, I don't think fear is a thing in me anymore, to be honest. Like, I've grown out of it, but I think if there is
100%.
anyone out there with a bit of fear in them, they just have to not listen to it.
Yeah, it's only going to keep you stuck.
Yeah.
But then, Morgan, why high ticket sales then? Like, why this? What do you feel clicked for you?
Actually, the main reason, I suppose, like I said, there's trading out there, there's all that drop shipping, all that stuff out there. But main reason I ended up getting into high ticket sales, I actually followed your TikTok. Like, we've been through this before. I followed you on TikTok for ages, and I knew you were an electrician. Knew you went out and done the FIFO out in Scandinavia, Sweden, whatever, and like, I just felt really related to you. Like, you came from like a construction or a hands-on background, that kind of stuff. And I just thought, like, well, no, like, if this fella's doing it, he come from the exact same background, and look at where he is now. Like, this seems like the right way to go. And I got a bit of interest into it, and I actually looked into it before coming to you. And I looked into it, I looked on YouTube, this is kind of where, like, a bit of a turning point. I was like, all right, I need to start using my time, I need to start doing something. Like, why can't I just make a bit of money while I'm here? Free time, everything. And I looked on YouTube, like, trying to understand concepts of what it actually is. And I just got stuck, like, to be honest. Like, okay, there might be a way out there to do it, but I'm glad I didn't just get stuck in the mud doing it myself. And yeah, I reached out to you because obviously I knew, and I just said, like, how do you even get a job doing this, like, you know? And then sure, I jumped on the call with Adam, but yeah, I just had a bit of an interest in it as well. Once I started looking into it, I thought it was cool, like, you know. I just thought, this is so broad, like, this is a skill for life that kind of thing. Like it's helped me in a big way actually, and it's a weird one. I don't know if many people would, but like my social skills now compared to before when I started are second to none. Like I like talking to people, and it's weird. Like it's weird how much it's helped me in everyday life. You know, like
I love
actually
that, man.
talking to people and building connections and stuff like that, and kind of valuing people more that than things. You know, like actually being able to talk to someone and getting a number off them for if they whether Jesus, if I need my bike fixed next week, you know, it's like, oh geez, you're a mechanic, are you? And such, like whatever it may be. But I think that's a big thing. That's actually it's something that's really stood out to me since joining high ticket sales and since being on like a dial and roll or whatever. But actually talking to people, it's a weird one, and that might be a bit off topic, but
No, I relate to that 100%.
for anyone
No,
out there, I think it's something that's really, it's a proper skill for life. Like it's something that you can use in your everyday life. It's going to benefit you.
I
Whether
agree.
it's compared to some other stuff, there's just nothing like it, you know?
Yeah, brother, you have hit the nail on the head there. If you go onto a role that doesn't involve DM setting, if you're triaging, dialing, it's nerve-wracking at the start, but you overcome that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like the same thing with speaking to random people down the road. It's nerve-wracking at the start. But once you overcome that, it develops you in a way that you've never developed before.
Yeah.
You know? So I totally agree with that, man. Do you remember your first impression of Beyond Set when you joined? The first day, first group call?
Yeah. I actually have a funny one for one of the first group calls, I'd say. And David's there beside you now. He might remember this one as well, but he actually reviewed my very first role play on one of the
Davey did.
first. Yeah, he did indeed. And I have to say now, but it's probably the most amount of learning I got out of any reviewed role play that he gave me that time when it was right in front of everyone, and I was like, oh God, here we go now. And but it was grand, like, you know, everyone's there to support you, everyone's there to help you. I actually remember getting messages during the call of lads that I hadn't even spoke to yet, and they were like, don't worry, like this is grand, it's completely normal, you'll be okay, like you'll get the hang of this and no problem. Like that's the type of community you've built. You know, the lads in there are nice people, they're good lads, like, you know, and there's always a bit of a laugh there as well. But
Wow.
never struggled to integrate myself in with the group. Like it was everyone so nice, everyone offering to do the networking calls when I just joined, all of that stuff. Like it was so easy, like so easy.
Wow. Davey Morgan said here he remembers back to the first time he hopped in a group call.
You got grilling off me. It made you the man you are now, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But do you feel like what happened in the early stages of being in Beyond Set, Morgan? Do you feel like there was any wins or like shift you noticed in yourself in life?
I felt like overall my kind of mentality did change. Like it did. It kind of it put me into a better mindset, a better kind of, all right, like I'm doing something now, and this is actually going to benefit me. And seeing other people doing it and it working. Like obviously you see people dropping in their wins and stuff every now and again. That kind of it inspired me at the start a lot, to be honest. Seeing people, I was like, because I'll be honest, when I first joined, I actually just wanted to do this alongside my job. Like just something for like an extra 500 quid a month, 1,000 quid a month if it was going really well, you know, that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't actually realize the kind of scale that this could take me to. And I feel like that was the biggest change in my mindset. I was like, this is something that can really, really change my life, not just add to my life, you know, that like um that kind of mindset shift was the biggest for me when I first joined.
Okay, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I think it's all right. There's some people I know when they're looking at it, they're like, "Do you know what? I'll be amazing. Extra 500 quid a month, extra 1,000 quid a month." But when
Exactly
you're
how I
in
looked at it.
this, like, you can get this to multiple five figures. Like Morgan, imagine being the one closing the calls.
I know, yeah.
You know,
And hopefully like that's gonna be on the cards in the next few
I'll
months.
talk to you about it after this call, anyways. After we finish this, but that might be a benefit to you.
Okay.
But in the first few weeks, Morgan, was there any first win for you that made you think, oh shit, for me in particular, like this can work?
Maybe not in the early stages, but like seeing everyone else, yes. But for me, my personal, like, I went, okay, this is the real deal. Was getting that first bit of money. To be honest, it was when I got on that offer and I was on it for 2 weeks, no, a week and a half, I think, or something like that, and I got paid out like 1,200 and something euro, and I was like, this is the real deal. Like, what's just happened? Like, you know, so that was the biggest change for me, like really seeing that money land into the account.
Yeah.
But in the early stages, I suppose, no, just seeing other people doing it, and that was kind of my biggest motivator. Because obviously I hadn't really got a proper taste of
the training and being an offer, two completely different things.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
And Morgan, like, how did it feel for you genuinely seeing that bit of money hit your bank account for the first time?
I can't say anything other than really nice. Like, you know, it's a weird experience. Like, you know, I was, if you really think about it, I was literally just like, I was texting people on Instagram. That's what I was doing. Simple as. You know, okay, there is more to it, but like, if you want to really dumb it down, I was literally just texting people on Instagram from the framework I've learned from you, went over multiple times with David, sending them all the stuff, but that's all I was doing. And I was like, this is incredible. And that's kind of how it felt when it really hit the account. I was like, sure, this is crazy. Like, in 1.5 weeks, I made over half of what I make in a month from my job. Like,
Do you know, like, what do you feel that Morgan kept you in the job for so long? Because I know I was kicking your ass trying to tell you to get out of the job.
yeah. I suppose we did have that chat, and I wanted to, like, I knew I was able to do it with the job, and I said, right, the job is an extra, whatever, €2,000 a month, 2.5 ish a month, and I said, sure, if I can do it alongside the job, why should I just kick aside €2,500? But I guess I left the job after just listening to a load of shit one week, and I said, you know what, Brian's right. I said, fuck this place, and I handed in the notice, and I'm looking forward to really seeing what I can do now that, okay, I have kicked aside that 2,500, but I know I'm going to make more than that by being out of work. I'm going to put every second I have in the day to building what I have now, like building the skills, and just keep on going, because that's my motivator now. That's my first motivator, is to get that extra 2,500 that was from work and just beat it. And then I'm in a better place already. And I know I can do that. I know I can do that this month and beat it by a lot, especially the way I'm going with the two offers I'm on. And
So, like, finishing up July, tell me whereabouts you are, so, in terms of how July treated you, in terms of how much you're making, what you're doing.
do you mean June? Sorry, or do you want me to
June,
talk
sorry,
about?
June.
So I left the DM set an offer 1 week into June and got about 300-ish euro off that in comms. And I was actually traveling for, like I said here, traveling for about 2.5 weeks in June, not doing very much. But I had two fellas on board on a great island offer I'm on, and I finished the month out with about just over 3,500 euro, pretty much only doing, I'd say, 2 weeks of full work. And since then, I also was working most of June, so I got 1,900 euro from work, something like that. So we finished out June all together like on about 5,500 euro. Yeah, and I want to be beating that in July. Just got onboarded onto a really good offer, and I want to see how far I can really take this.
Yeah.
That's July's goal now. I want to be breaking that 10,000 months soon. Like that's the goal.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And you and me both know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know? Have your family, can I ask you something? Do you think your family are past this stage of skepticism now?
Yeah. See, do it. I think I've said this to you before. They're not really like that. They do trust me. Like they knew I was doing it on the side in the evenings, stuff like that. And I actually showed them. My dad'd be a little bit more skeptical than mom, like, you know. But I actually showed them when I got paid for the first time on the Instagram, and I said, "There you go. There's 1.5 weeks of texting people on Instagram for you." And it kind of died away. Then they said, "Look, as long as you're not getting scammed." But I told them there's nothing to worry about. But yeah, no, they're very supportive of me, to be honest. Like, there's not much they'd have to argue about. There's, as long as I'm not sitting on the phone pretending to be making money, they said, go for it.
Oh, 100%, man. I'm delighted for you, Morgan. Like, making 3.5 grand that month in commissions from this last month. Like, when did you join Beyonce?
Was it late January or mid-February? I'm actually not too sure.
You joined Beyonce when I was in Thailand, so it would have been the start of February, let's say.
Yeah.
March, April, May,
June.
July, June.
Yeah.
So June, Morgan hits 3.5 grand of commissions, working 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
What is Morgan in 3 months? What does he be doing? What does he look like? And that's exciting, Morgan. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Morgan, in all honesty, if you hadn't joined Beyonce, where do you think you would be right now?
Definitely still working anyway. But yeah, probably be getting ready to go to the pub right now, I'd say. If you want an honest answer, yeah. I'm not saying I don't have fun, I don't socialize anymore, but I just don't take the piss anymore. I realize
you get your shit done.
Yeah, I realize the potential I have a bit more now, and I'm gonna use it all. You know, I'm gonna be.
Yeah. I'm happy that, do you know what, man? It makes me so happy that we were even 1% a part of helping you see
Mm.
the potential that you have, Morgan. You know, that's kind of where it makes me the most fulfilled. Because like we could have 100 new students join tomorrow, but this is where I get the most fulfillment. You know,
Yeah.
and just knowing that we actually helped a life change. You know.
I know,
But-
definitely. Like I just have to say thanks to you and the other David and Adam that you have working, which are two of the most top lads I've ever worked with. They know their shit. You know your shit. Like there's not much better seeing, and like being Irish as well. It's not a nice country to grow up in, where you can have people who don't like to see you doing good. But
Yeah.
I think you've built a community where everyone wants to see you do good, and I have to say fair play to that. Fair play to you for that, because
Thank you, brother.
in terms of what I live around now, I don't know how you found the people.
Neither do I, man. Right, but Morgan, what's the vision, man, for the rest of the year? Like end of the year, man, December. Fill me in. What does life look like?
Well, I'm going to be making 10,000 plus a month. The
That's done
five-figure
well
months,
by December.
5-figure months inevitable. So we're going to be building on that, and I think just getting smarter with my money. That like once I am making that amount of money, I need to be putting it into something. Obviously, like my parents have two Airbnbs. Have a bit of land down the lane, so I think property is definitely my calling anyway. I just want kind of the route I want to go down. I like the like obviously this is great and all, but like, geez, I don't want to be texting someone on Instagram when I'm 50. I want to be out in a villa in Spain, just chilling, you know.
Oh, you won't. Morgan, I think that you only have about 2 more months. I think that it's about time for you to start transitioning into closing. That's what I want to talk to you about at the end of this call.
Okay.
But Morgan, if someone stuck where you were, I suppose, second guessing, a lot of fear, overthinking, frustrated with their current situation, what would you now, who's done what 99% of lads in Ireland would like to do, leave their job, what would you do? What would you say to them now?
Just invest in yourself. It's the best thing I've ever done in myself anyway. It's like, even when I done it, I thought I didn't look at it as an investment. And at the first time I done it, I'll be honest, like when the money was sent over, I didn't actually look at it as an investment. I actually looked at it as, oh yeah, I'm going to be making 500 quid on the side. This is going to be great now. Like, I looked at it almost as this is going to make me quick money, handy money, easy. But it's not that. But you just invest in yourself. Go find something you're passionate about. Use that as a goal. Whether you're not actually passionate about getting into sales, but use this as a stepping stone to get into what you really want to do. You know, I know there's plenty of guys in here as well that they have the same goals. Like whether they want to open up a car garage or whether they want to build their own business of some sort. But it's so much easier to focus on your goals when you're doing something like this. You don't realize the amount of time that you spend building someone else's dream when you're actually working. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
You're dead right, Morgan. Invest into you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, all you have is you, yourself, and me,
Yep.
myself, and I.
Yeah.
You know, so why not make it the best you can?
Exactly.
And for the person watching this, Morgan, that's sitting on the fence right now, thinking about joining Beyonce, what are you saying to him?
I have 3 words: just take the leap.
Take that leap. I fucking love it.
It's
And then
it's not
go
that
on,
deep.
Morgan.
It's just not that deep. You have to just do it. And if you're not cut out to do it, well then,
On to the next one.
Yeah.
Go on to
that's
the next.
it. Yeah.
And
You just-
then looking back, and I suppose at Morgan from January and Morgan now starting July, the 6th month of the year, how would you describe your transformation?
It's unrecognizable. It really is. But in a lot of aspects of my life, like, you know, I genuinely feel happier, like, and that's a weird one because I would have classed myself as happy back then, but like I just feel like better. Like I feel there's nothing gonna stop me now. Like, you know, there's no doubts in my mind. There's not much that I think there's nothing that's gonna stop me from here on. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've broken every boundary that was in my head, whatever that may have been, fear or just self-doubt, anything like that. But I don't have any of that anymore. So unrecognizable change.
Are we back in the building here?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, what's just happened? My Wi-Fi shit all over itself. In the hills here, so what was I going to say to you? I wanted to say to you, Morgan, about your transformation and being happier and not doubting yourself now. I think they're possibly, never mind the fucking money, I think being a man that doesn't doubt himself and isn't afraid to take change, take steps, that's priceless, man, you know? Chopping out like fuck.
A little bit, yeah. I can hear you though.
That's all right. We're near the end anyways. Well, Morgan, have you anything to say to anybody before we finish up?
Just thanks to you, David and Adam especially, but everyone in Beyonce, to be honest. We all help each other. And I think everyone knows that. Like you three know that as well, that we all help each other. Anyone's free for a call at any time. And it's just it's a great community, to be honest. An absolute great community. And I'd like to say thanks to all the lads that are in it.
100%. That's beautiful, man.
Every step of the way.
I really appreciate that. 100%.